What's up, everyone? I went over to the old shop and dug out, just kind of grabbed a few things that were just sitting around to see if I can't get going here. Had some people asking for some Atari 2600s over the weekend. I had two over there. They're both in Vader. Has a chunk out of it here, and Woody has a big blowout. And I got a chunk missing there, and it's filthy. Big blowout there. Grabbed a little tote here. Had one stick in it for the Atari 2600, and then the other ones are for the 7800, and just some other crap that was in there. Woody's also missing the cord, so I know I've been in that one, or somebody has been in that one. I grabbed a NES because I don't have one down there. I sold it. This one's pretty ugly looking. So I had one good cover left. So I said in the last one video, had one good cover left. It's decent, a little bit of missing on the T, and one little mouse bite on the corner, but it's not all yellowed. And I think that one, that even has the original Nintendo sticker. So hopefully we can get another NES going. I think I still have a couple of new 72-pin game connectors left. And I grabbed an Xbox right off the stack over there just to because I could carry it. So I grabbed it as well, just to see if maybe we'll get lucky and I can get one of them up and running. I've been having a hell of a time with green, red and all kind of funky stuff with these Xboxes that I have. And I know when I stored them, every one of them that I stored at least booted to the main screen. But now none of them want to. Now they're all red lighting, or orange and green and all kind of other funky stuff. So I just grabbed another one off the top of the stack, and this one, that's, if I'm not mistaken, yeah, that one's never been opened. Everything's still intact. So we'll see. Alright, what we're going to do first here is I just want to kind of go through all this crap. And I'm hoping that we can start working on getting some of these going, in this video. But I think the first one we're going to start out with is the NES. That one I'm pretty sure we could get going pretty quick and easy, so that's the one we're going to start out with. I'll get all this stuff off of here and we'll get some cords for it and controllers and see what the hell we got with it. And your battery is flashing, of course. So I'll bring you back when I have everything set up and ready to go. Okay, I think I got everything rounded up. Got a new controller. I think with this one, with that nice top, I'm going to put a new controller with it instead of yellow. Let's get our TV on. Set on HDMI. Let's AV. Alright. I got a new power supply. These are the ones I like to use. There's an old school one too. These are the heavyweights. They're not just a board. These actually have a transformer in them. I don't know if we can still get this one or not, but there's another one out there. I think it's in a yellow and a black box. if I find one, I have another one here, I'll show it to you. These are compatible with NES, Super NES, and Genesis 1. And I've had really good luck with the heavyweights, not the ones that just have a board in them. Alright, this game connector, well, it's got a little bit life left in it, but we have red flash. There's my little pesky kitty. See if we can cheat and get it to work. Nope. Okay. Let's see. I haven't done one of these haven't done one of these, a video on these for quite a while as far as fixing the game connector that's in it. A lot of people I have read and had comments before that like to keep their NES complete, or what do you want to say, all original, you want to say? So there's a way to fix them. And once I get this apart and get it out, I will show you. Like I said, it's been a while since I've actually showed fixing one of the game connectors, one of the old ones, the originals. Let's see, we won't be using that top. Is there a rubber missing? Nope. It's just my bench. Alright, now we have about 15 other screws. Take the RF shielding off. At least that's what I've always been told it's called. You can do this yourself. And save about $15 on a game connector. Yeah, it's just kind of something that you can do if you don't feel like waiting. For one to come in. Or you just want to keep it all original. Now even the original game connectors, oh, get out of there, are not branded anywhere. At least I've never seen one branded. Now, I'm not saying that there's none out there that are not or are not branded, but even the original ones that I have tore down that have never been opened, the game connector has never been branded. Take the shielding off the bottom. We need to get our little, yeah, definitely needs cleaned up too. And just pick him right off. Now we'll see how much of the chrome is left. On the connector. Let me get you down. Let me get you. Oop, let's go up a little. There we go, focus up. Okay, now on the top of these game connectors, you see all these little slots. Those are little keepers that keep your connector in. You take a little pointy and you get up next and get right down in there and push back. You can see you can get the connector out. And see, that one is all the way down. It's pretty much down into the copper or brass. So that one may not be a good candidate for fixing. But what happens is, over time, when the cartridge goes in here, where's the cartridge? This is where it goes in here and then goes down with your tray. What it does is then it makes contact with these on the bottom and on the top. And then it goes down and then it makes contact. What happens over time is these get flattened out. You can see that one right there is pretty flat. What you could do is you take them and put a little bend back in them. So when you put it in, back in, now it hangs down a little further and it'll make better contact with your game. The ones on the bottom, you can't, it's really tough to get them out. So what I do is I take my little pick and I will slide right in beside it and get underneath and pick it up. So you're stretching it back up and closing up the gap a little bit. Like I said, that one is pretty darn rough. There's not much, there's no chrome left on it. And the copper or brass will get dirty really quick. This one, this is another used one that I took out of another NES. And you can see this one still has all its copper chrome on it. So this one's a better candidate for us to work on. Same thing, we'll just bend that down a little bit and we will insert back in, like so. And the bottom one, same thing, get under it with your pick, just pry it up so it bends up a little bit further, and it will make a better contact. You have to go through and do every one of these. Once you have the right little pointy device, you can get a bunch of them coming out, and then you can just kind of work right down through them. That one, like so. Pull them out one at a time. Give us a little bendy on it. So you make a little better contact pad. And push it back in. Do another one. Down a little bit. And push it back in. Now this is what we had to do before we had new ones. I know there's a ton of videos out there of doing this, but I haven't done one for quite a while, and I thought maybe somebody might be interested in seeing how you can fix one without having to actually go buy one. Or just a little project you can do on your own. Alright, I'll go ahead and get those top ones done, and we'll start working on the bottom ones. Get all those done, and we'll put her in and see how we did. Alright, that worked out pretty good. Like I said, it's been a while since I've fixed one of these connectors. And I had a good one that was a perfect candidate because it was all the chrome was still on the brass pins, on the brass contacts, so that worked out good. Alright, I'll get this finished, screwed back down, get the RF shielding on it, the top on it, we'll get her cleaned up, and this one will be ready to head to the market. Alright, there's one. We got our NES ready. It's ready to go down. Now, I have a feeling this is going to be quick. So, shoot. Got an AV cable somewhere. Just brought it. There it is. AV cable, but I thought I had a power cord hanging here. Okay, let me round up a power cord. Okay, one power cord. Figure 8. And put him in there. My stool out of the way so I don't step on it and go flying up in the air. Let's see, yellow on white, white on red, red and yellow. There we go. Got that all hooked up right. Hang on. Going for a ride. Okay, this should be pretty quick. Probably turn it on and yep, automatically shuts off. This has been my luck with these. Every one of these that I have pulled out of my stash. So I didn't expect it to be any different. All right, let me do a little check in here, make sure I got everything all hooked up tight. All right, I got the motherboard out of that original Xbox, and same as always, it's the super cap. This one right there, and you can see it has some corrosion around it, and this one may not be worth doing anything with. We'll clean it up and remove it, and hopefully it may come back to life. But it definitely, I can see some green corrosion down in there and up around this cap here. So I'm going to clean it with well, you can see this. This one's pretty filthy, and it may have, the electrolytic may have already dried up. I don't know. But we're going to clean it and see what happens. I'm going to clean it with isopropyl alcohol, and we'll go from there. I'll get it cleaned up. We'll remove that super cap. It's called the clock capacitor is what it is. Instead of batteries, they use a large, I think it's like a 1 1 million or 100,000 farad capacitor. Yeah, you can see right down in there, that sucker's corroded. And from sitting, it has leaked. Just like all the other ones, and this one may be like the other ones and just has eaten it up too much to where it won't work anymore. And like I said, it's called fragging is what the machine was doing. At least that's what I'm told. So let me get that cleaned up and we'll see what we can come up with. Alright, you can see I removed the clock capacitor and the little one right up above it, which is a 22 UF 25 volt. And you can see there is a little bit of corrosion in there that we will take care of, hopefully. And I'll replace that 22. And probably nothing wrong with it, but it did get a little green on the bottom. You can see where the clock capacitor just puked. Oh, it's electrolytes. Clock capacitor is just for the, or super capacitor is just for your clock when you first boot up. You know, if you're not going to be using this all the time, you know, you really don't need to set your clock, your end date and all that. Without the capacitor in there, you can just hit the A button and go past it. So no big deal. Hopefully we can get this one up and running. So I'll get that cleaned up with some alcohol, and we'll get a 22 UF 25 volt in there, and we'll get her back in and see if we have any luck. I'm not gonna hold my breath. Okay, after removing the super cap or the clock capacitor and changing out that 22 UF 25 volt, this is what we get. And that's it. Well, you do have that it gained a little bit, the disc tray come out. But that's it. It won't go back in. And still won't power off. Alright, so that's going to be it for this one. I don't have time to keep pissing with this. I have to move on to my Ataris to get them going because I have people asking for them. Nobody's asked me for an Xbox. I just brought one over to see what to put it in the kind of the mix and see what we could come up with. But you know, all of the ones I have are going to be doing this, and there's no sense in me screwing around with them until I figure out for sure what is going on. And maybe somebody that watches my videos can tell me more about it and what I should be looking for and doing. So I'm going to put this one away, and we're going to bring the Ataris up, and we're going to get started on those and see if we can get one of either the Vader or the Woody going, so I can have a working Atari for down at the outdoor market. Alright, I got the two of them up here. The one I'd really like to get going is the Woody, because just because, you know, Woodies are the first ones. If you're not familiar, we call them Woodies because they have this faux pas wood grain plastic on the front. And of course we call these Vaders because, you know, it's all blacked out like Vader. So we're going to take a look at the Woody first. I have some other, put that down there. I have some other consoles in various stages of crapola. So what we're going to do is we're going to pull this one down, take a peek at the inside and see if it's worth doing anything with. If not, we have some other ones because they're different on the inside. The Woodies are the older ones, so they're a little clunkier on the inside than the Vaders. Got a power supply ready. I need the cord and that, but let's pull it down, take a peek at the inside of this first and see what it looks like, and see if it's even worth messing with, or if we should be looking at Vader instead. Okay, let me get you set up. We'll pull that down and we'll take a peek at it and see how it looks on the inside before we make a hard decision as to what we are going to do. I have, like I said, I have some other Woodies. And so it may be that we just kind of combine some of them to make a good one. These are pretty simple to take apart. Most of the time what I have found on the inside, what goes wrong with these is the switches. Plain and simple. Switches go bad. There. Got two down below. That top panel is in pretty good shape. Just dirty. That'll clean up nice if we can get this one going. I think all my other ones are a little nastier. Okay. See, our RF comes off of here, through there and out. Ooh, stiff. Let's see, August 14 of 1980. Take the guts out of it. We're not going to be using this base anyway. Too bad. But crap happens. Pretty decent so far. Switches are just a bit on the nasty side. Definitely need to clean the cartridge slot. think game plan here is to get us an RF cable, and we can hook up the power supply, put some power to it, and see what happens. See if we can see if it'll power up anyway. Alright, if you're not familiar with these, I use these on all my RFs. It's a little adapter that screws into your cable end on your TV, and then you just plug in your RF adapter and it turns it into the cable end. Now if I'm not mistaken, oops, I already got one on there, that this TV does not like playing Ataris. So we just need to see if it powers up, then I'll take it over and we'll try it on another TV and see what it wants, see if it works better. But I just need to see right at the moment. What it's gonna do. I got Yar's Revenge here. We have absolutely nothing out of this one. There we go. Got something anyway. Okay, we do know that it wants to do something. Let's make sure. Where are we at? 3. Error, yeah. No signal. 2. It's either 2 or 3, right? Alright, well, at least we're getting some sort of signal. Let's Parker Brothers. I don't know what game this is. The label's missing. Getting the same thing with that game, but you shouldn't have to play around with the channel selector unless our channel selector is dirty. That doesn't feel good either. Looks like we got a cold solder joint. Yep. Let me get the soldering station fired up, and we'll get that soldered back down and see if we have any other luck. Hopefully my solder will reach. Let's see, we need some snot. A little bit of yeah, more than enough. Oh, that's better. Alright, now before we try it again, we do know that this one is going to power up for us. Let's, I need some contact cleaner. Contact cleaner, yeah. There we go. Yeah. See, that's what this TV does. Is it'll play for a short period of time, and then it'll go out like so. And that's just this little TV. Alright. So we got that all cleaned up. That's all done. What we need is we got to clean we need a good base. We need a good base, and we need to clean the top. Alright, let me go see if I can round up a good base. Okay, just dish soap. I don't like using too much heavy cleaners on them. That's a new base. This one's really in good shape too. The only thing I don't like is some serial numbers. You know, don't match the date code in the inside. But there, you know, there's not a whole lot we can do. Not when they're broke. Alright, I just wanted to show you that it is my little TV that's crap over there, why it keeps cutting out on us. Let's see. Ah. Alright, get you back over there and we'll get this finished up. I got two good controllers, two good sticks. The one that I brought in that was in that tote was good. This one, it works, but it's kind of gets goofy. So that one I need to tear down and probably just clean up the contacts in it and a set of paddles. So let's get this finished up so I can get this video done. Okay, that's going to do it for this one. I got the two main ones done that I wanted to, and got them working, the Atari 2600 Woody and the NES out of that group. Not too bad. 80 bucks is what I usually get for the NES, and 70 on the Atari 2600, so we're in good shape. And hopefully I get to do this again next week. But, you know, there wasn't a whole lot wrong with them. You know, we repaired the 72-pin game connector in the NES and used the original. So now that, or no, we went with the one that was a little better. Had all the chrome left on it, and the brass wasn't showing. So we fixed that one and put that one in. And now that's up and running, working good. Looks good. Got a nice clean top on it. One little mouse bite out of it. T's kind of missing the top of it, but you know, a little faded here and there on the door. Not yellowed. If it is very, very minute. Brand new controller, brand new power brick, and AV. Atari 2600, let's see, what did we just had to take it apart, clean the switches, clean the top, get a new base for it, and get it all put together and get it up and running. So it's working good as well. Everything's original, even the power brick is an Atari. This is what they consider as a heavy sixer. This has the 6 switches and not the 4. This one's a little bit more sought after, because of them calling it the heavy sixer. And let's see, put a brand new adapter on it, so you can run that on any TV that has a cable in. A couple controllers, paddles, and I'm going to send Frogger with it. So that'll make a nice little system for somebody to play around with as well. The Atari 2600s are being sought after again. And this was in August of 1980. So it's, you know, kind of right in when they first came out with them. I think 1978 was the first year for the Atari 2600. If I'm not mistaken, that's when I got it for Christmas when I was a kid. And I'm not even going to go with the NES. I'm not sure what year that was when they first came out. It wasn't too long, I think, after the Atari. So this is the 80s. Late 70s, and I think early 80s is when the NES come out. But don't quote me on that. I just fix them. I don't know all the details about them. So I hope you enjoyed this video as much as I enjoyed making it for you. We still have our Vader. We can look at it and get it going. I got one controller left. This one's kind of crappy. That one I need to work on. So we may get into doing that and get a Vader going as well. The Xbox, whatever on those. So I hope you enjoyed it, and I hope to see you on the next one. Until then, Have a great week. See ya.